And now everybody's seen the infamous video of Jordan Peterson crying. Well, as fun as that was, I can understand his position, actually. I've been in a similar position. Wife didn't have cancer, but she had a broken back. And you know, that was a long and arduous process, and it was possible if I screwed up, she would never walk again. So I can understand why he'd be emotionally upset. Been in a few other positions where I broke down crying, because why not? On my podcast, I did it as well when I started talking about depression, because that stuff, it gets to me. It's something I don't want to relive. And a bunch of people on the internet were massive pricks about it. Go figure, right? I mean, dumpster fire 101. Be a dick to anyone you possibly can be, especially when they're vulnerable. That's pretty much Twitter at this point. Too bad for me. I've been banned from Twitter. It's now permanently banned. I won't be making another account, probably. There's ways and means I can go and view stuff. Maybe I'll make a secret account just so I can get in there and view things and reach out to a few people. But beyond that, what's the fucking point, really? Apparently, the first warning I got was targeted harassment toward a non-person. The New York Times telling them that they're a trash rag and should die. Yeah, that's targeted rag. That's very targeted. And clearly, the New York Times was threatened by me. Totally threatened by me. Clearly, somebody reported me. Not really. Actually, it happened within seconds. It was clearly a bot, so they were watching. And it nuked me for 7 days on that one. And then when I got back on, life as usual. And then Ivan Miles Chong decided to poke fun at Jordan Peterson. I'm like, dude, don't be a dick. Somebody should slap you across the face for being an ass. Just stop. Well, that's a bannable offense now too. So, what have I learned? Twitter's trash. That's what I've learned. You can't say things that might hurt people's feelings. You can't even do veiled trash talking threats, if you want to call it that. Because words are violence, according to them, apparently. So that means Twitter's Antifa. That's pretty awesome. I'm going to enjoy that for a while. No, I'm staying off Twitter. That's fine by me. I have no problem staying the fuck off of Twitter, because Twitter is a fucking dumpster fire anyways. I kind of enjoyed it at first, but then it got bad because then when I post things, no one would hear it. So I got squelched, basically, as it used to be called. Now it's shadow banned for me speaking my mind. Now I'm permanently banned. Openly banned. Because why not? Yeah. Targeted harassment. Sure. I targeted a non-entity with harassment. I told a guy somebody should probably slap him across the face for being a dick. Because he's being a dick. He's making fun of a guy crying. I don't even care that it was Jordan Peterson. The guy was opening up. He was emotionally distressed. He's probably a little bit depressed. I would be. Fucking who would not? With their love of their life having cancer. Potentially could die. And you have to sit and watch because there's literally nothing you can do. Yeah, that would wreck a man. I don't care who you are. And that's a problem? I'm the problem. No, not the dick on the other end. Just, okay, yeah, sure. Things like that make me recount and reevaluate what the feminists and the intersectional nonsense people would call toxic masculinity. It's still not a thing. I don't believe it exists. But if it did, it would look something like Ivan Miles Chong. And his friends. And his cohorts. I've seen a lot of I don't know. It's basically trash talk from people that I thought were genuine, clearly who are not. You see how they behave when they get put in a high-stress situation, and it's completely opposite from the persona they put forth. To which then you must wonder, why are you fronting? Why are you faking your life? I don't fake shit. What's the point? If I were to fake my life, I'd be two-faced. I would be not genuine. No one would trust me. I would have zero integrity. That's not how I live my life. So, yeah, I actually, back to the cause, back to the point, I guess. When I saw that particular interview, at least the pieces of it, with Jordan Peterson crying, I thought to myself, if I were in his shoes, what would I do? There's literally nothing I could do. If I was obligated because this person's a friend to do this interview, I would do the interview. But beyond that, like, what? I mean, seriously, there's nothing you can do. Your hands are tied. That's probably the most frustrating part. There's literally nothing he can do. And that's the stressful part right there. Being helpless. Being vulnerable. Those are qualities of a leader, mind you. The leader that's able to express his opinion and be genuine is the most successful leader of all. And what's funny is the last year or so I've been reevaluating the way I approach things. And part of that was being open and vulnerable. Because I'm not. I don't open to people. I don't even open to you guys, to be honest. I mean, it's just a couple times where I talked about depression and expressed my opinions. Kind of visibly show how pissed off I am. But I'm really no different on or off camera, I guess. Sort of. I mean, when I go to work, I bite my tongue a little bit more, but that's about it. But being in his position, I'm not sure what I would do. I would lose my shit. I'm pretty sure of it. What could you do? It's a tough and interesting situation to be in. And to be vulnerable in that situation, as a guy in particular, is rather difficult. Because you're supposed to be the problem solver, the one that has all the answers, the one everybody goes to, the one that people rely on. That kind of gets the burden put upon us, being both a father and a husband. That's our job. And when you're put in a position that your job is unattainable, you can't do your job. It messes with your head. You feel helpless, vulnerable, weak. So you might act like Jordan Peterson did, and rightly so. But anyways, I'll leave it there, I think. You'll never see me on Twitter again. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. I probably will never create an account again. If I did, it wouldn't be the same name nor the same email or phone number. I have ways and means, and it's not that hard. But is there a point? I mean, I could possibly sue them. That would be fun. Because now they have blocked me from attaining and entertaining the public forum that is Donald Trump's Twitter feed, or AOC's Twitter feed, or Rashida Tlaib's Twitter feed. I can't access that. Why? Because Twitter has blocked me, meaning that Twitter has interfered with my First Amendment rights of entering and speaking in a public forum. As a private entity, they do not have the jurisdiction to do so. It may be their platform. That is true. But do they have the right anymore with this new ruling from the Supreme Court? That's what I would love to know. Anyways, I'll see you next time.